Ashley says when she was just 6 years old, she was sexually assaulted by her own father. And she kept this assault a secret for years. She finally told her mother, Jessica, when she was 13 years old. But Jessica has a hard time believing the assault ever happened. Now, Ashley says she can't go on any longer without her mother knowing the truth and says she will prove it today with the lie detector test. Take a look.
My daughter saying that her father allegedly molested her or attempted to molest her. The story's changed over the years. My daughter never exactly said what happened. There's been different stories depending on who she told and how in detail it was. Well, supposedly it happened when she was 8 or 9, but nobody heard about it till she was 13 or 14. He was at a bar, he came home, and he attempted to take her pants off, whatever, and when he realized it was her, he got up and cried. When it first came out, I didn't believe her. It was because she got in trouble, and all of a sudden this story came out. Spencer and I met when I was 12, he was 14. We were together off and on for 28 years. He started drinking more and more. He started having seizures. He was shaky. He got delusional. And Memorial Day, he went in his man cave, the garage, and I went and I found him hanging. I was trying to give him mouth to mouth, but it was too late. I just wish that Spencer was still here so we could do this together and have this finalized together. I just don't understand if it supposedly happened. She left her daughter with us. If he was guilty, why would you put your daughter in the same position you were in? I think you lied, and I think it just snowballed, and you just can't come out and say it now because you were a teenager trying to not get in trouble, and you were putting it off on something else. So you had an excuse to cut up and act stupid. My dream scenario would be that it didn't happen and that she exaggerated things as a teenager to save herself and that we can move past this.
Ashley, that's your mother, and she doesn't believe you.
I don't know how, and I didn't leave my daughter with her. My brothers were always around, and I made sure of that because I was uncomfortable being in the house with her. I felt uncomfortable wearing pajamas, anything. I locked myself in my room for years straight. Years, until he finally passed, and now I'm home constantly now. I don't mind being home now because he's not there. And it wasn't 8 or 9 that it happened. I was 6, and I waited years to tell her because of all of the abuse. I was scared I was going to get beat on when I went home, too. I knew he would have put his hands on me. I got beat for dropping a blanket before.
What did he do to you?
I was about 6 or 7. We were living with him. He went out after work. He went to the bar right down the street. There was a bar right on the corner. He went to the bar. I used to sleep in his bed. I was a daddy's girl, full daddy's girl. I used to wait at the door with my bags packed, wait for my father. Even though he wouldn't show up, I was still there the next morning, still waiting for him to come, thinking that my father was coming. I was like, he couldn't do no wrong in my eyes at all. And he came home drunk from the bar. He got in the bed. He started touching on me, started trying to kiss on me, like, hey, baby. And I started pushing him off me, like, what are you doing? Because at first I was half asleep. So I'm like, I was waking up out of my sleep, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, no, daddy. And he was like, oh, it's okay. He started kissing me and stuff, and they tried to pull me, because I had on a dress, well, a nightgown, and my panties. So he tried to pull up my nightgown and kept trying to, like, pull my panties off, and I'm trying to keep them on, like, no. And I started crying, like, daddy, what are you doing? And like my mother said, though, he did get up and stop after like a good 5, 6 times me saying something. He did get up and walked out the room. But to me, at the end of the day, there's no way that you can mistake your child for your girlfriend. There's no way that you could possibly like misconstrue that. There's no way
certainly not a 6-year-old girl.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. A 6 or 7-year-old child, there's no way. No matter how drunk that you were. And no, I did not feel comfortable ever leaving my child. But it was either my child missed out of school, me take her and have her on the streets in abandoned houses with me, and have her out in the street with nothing, or leave her and have my brothers look over her. I felt that was the best choice for my child.
So when you were 6 years old and this happened, you didn't tell your mother until you were about 13, right?
Yeah.
And why?
I was scared to say something. Like, even when I did finally say something, that day I was scared to tell her. I didn't want to tell her at all.
When you told her, how did she react?
She started crying, and she was like, no, you're lying, excuse me. She's like, you're lying. And it even came to one time before he passed, my father looked my mother in the face and told her, he said, I was drunk. I don't really remember what happened. He said, so I guess whatever Ashley said happened, I guess that did happen.
What's your relationship with your mother like right now?
Since my father's been gone, it's a little better because, like I said, I was never home. When he was there, I couldn't stand being in the house. So now that he's gone, I'm home now. We're starting to do a little more together, like me, her, and my daughter. We're starting to actually bond again. Like, we're trying to get some type of relationship back. Because when my father was alive, like, he wouldn't even let us talk. We couldn't talk much. Everything was an argument. Like, when I came out here, I came to Connecticut for school. When I came out here for school, my mother couldn't even speak to me. Like, she had to sneak to talk to me.
Why?
Because my father didn't want her talking to me.
Because of the allegations?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's meet your mother, Jessica. Why did she make up this story?
Because she started getting in trouble, cutting school.
As a teenager?
As a teenager. She
So
started
she made
cutting
up a
school.
story that...
She was supposed to wear uniforms in school. She put little hoochie mama stuff in her backpack, leave out. He was the disciplinarian.
So
he was the one that
he was
kept
abusive.
catching.
So she made
That's
up a
what he was.
story
Abusive
that
to you and all of us.
he sexually was trying to molest her.
And it wasn't
because-
me she came to. It was a counselor.
No, it was you.
It
When we were
wasn't
standing
me.
in my
No,
room
it
that day, and I
wasn't.
told you.
You told the counselor that, and that's when we got the phone call to go down
and
there
I'm
and talk to them
delusional.
about it.
No, you didn't
You know
get a
what,
call
can you-
about
I
that.
want you to just go backstage for a second, okay?
The first time she's lied about something and exaggerated.
Well, kids
And-
lie, though, right? At some
Right,
point?
but who wants to admit that they lied about somebody's character like that? And that bad. You tried to destroy him. You told family
Why would
members.
she want to destroy
Why
her
would
own
you
father?
wait 7 years? First of all, they
Why
went...
would she want to destroy her own father?
Because she hates him. We had a toxic relationship.
Oh,
They've seen
oh,
him
you
in and
two.
out. They never wanted me with him. They always wanted me to leave him.
He had alcohol issues?
Yes.
Alcoholic?
Oh, yeah.
Is it possible that a guy that's physically abusive and an alcoholic didn't stumble home one night and try to...
I believe
do
that he
something?
might have gotten to bed and he was drunk, but I don't believe he touched her. I don't believe he did anything.
What do you do moving forward, though?
Moving forward, we got to try and repair our relationship.
Either way.
Either way.
Yeah. Let's bring your daughter back up. You've been living with this for about 20 years now and revealed it 13 years ago, and you haven't believed her. When you were under the age of 8, did your father sexually assault you? She answered yes. Today, did you answer that question in your evidence statement truthfully? She answered yes. And the results for Ashley's lie detector test is that she told the truth.
Don't you feel stupid? Don't you feel stupid? You feel dumb as hell.
I got called a liar my whole life for nothing and was supposed to leave my baby around him. And you sat there and told me I left for nothing. I chose to be homeless for nothing. I slept with no heat, no hot water for 3 months, as you told him. For nothing. For nothing. Because your man's touched me. For nothing. You trusted him for nothing, and I told you not to. I told you, Mom. I told you.
I'm sorry. Who thinks you're living with a
I
child
told
molesting
you.
creep?
I told you. But everything that comes out of my mouth is a lie, right?
Guess so. I'm the liar now, huh? Polygraph test ain't say that, though.
All I can say is I'm sorry. I trusted him.
Now you can tell his mother the truth, too.
She'll see it. They'll all see it.
Obviously, your husband had a lot of demons, and, you know, something led
Maybe
him
that's
to...
why he killed himself.
I don't know. But if you do something like that, I got to imagine guilt and pressure builds up in you. It's not a happy story here, and hopefully...
We can move on, try to fix it.
If that's what you want.
Yeah.